What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to my brand new map. Now, if you look at it at this point, there's actually a couple more towns. So we're going to go through some of our new towns that I built off camera, and we're also going to do a speed build for one whole big brand new little seaside village. Now, I have actually gone through and named all of our little villages and towns based from the feedback from you guys. Now, hopefully none of them have a bad meaning or something like that. So let's go through some of them. So this one here is Beersheba, which, yeah, you guys can kind of figure out what that's named after. And then the other one that you guys saw in the last episode is this one, which is Al Samhara, which is actually a name that was really popular, so you guys must really like that name. Now, this original town over here, so the one that started on the whole map, is El Samir, so I like that name. And then we also have this new little area, which isn't really big, but it's just something to kind of break up the area. This is Abu Hafar, so just a nice little area. Then we also have this town here, which is called Samalut, which is another name which was really popular by you guys. So yeah, I do read all of the comments and I do take note of which are the most popular ones. So all of these little towns, we definitely are going to expand upon all of them. And now another town which I really like is this one, which is called Safed or Safid, however you like to say it. I really like it because of the little harbor area. I like how it's just nice. I like the walkways there. Look at the blue water. Isn't that so nice as well? So what we're going to do in this episode, or for the rest of the episode, is we're going to build a whole new big area like this. And the reason why I want to do that is because I know a lot of you guys will want to know how I built the harbor area, the assets I've used. So yeah, let's get into it. We're going to be building the new town over near Al Samhara, which is one of the original towns from the previous episode. Basically on one of those islands over there, which you guys will see. So let's get into it. And I can't remember if I said or not, but all of the assets that I am using for this whole map is now linked down below. In terms of mods that I'm using, all of the mods are pretty much all of the mods that I have recommended before. Nothing has really changed, but I will eventually add in all of the mods as well. But all of the assets are there. If an asset isn't there, just let me know and I'll add it in. But all of it should be there, so please don't ask in the comments what everything is. You should find it easily. So what I'm doing here is, firstly, I want the beach area to be like, I don't want it to be really steep, so I want there to be a gradual decline, incline, whatever you call it, down into the water. And I want basically where they will swim, I want it to be kind of shallow. I want the water to be really bright blue and just really inviting as well. So I still do adjust that a little bit throughout the episode, but these are our seawalls. So they're actually seawalls on the workshop, but I use them as the harbor as well. They actually don't block out the waves, which is quite annoying. So if you do put these down and you really want to block out the waves, so this is what I did on the previous town that I showed you. Yeah, because the water goes straight through. So what I do is I actually bring the land across, but I hide the land underneath all of these assets right here. So the land is blocking the waves, but then you put these little assets on top, so it makes it look like they're the reason why the waves are slowing down. So this area, it is the water is very calm anyway, so we don't really need these seawalls, but I thought it just looks good. It just really completes the area. And you know what? I haven't really done these types of seawalls and harbor marine, or whatever you want to call it. I haven't done them before, so it's something new, and it's going to be something that is quite common throughout this area. And I feel like it definitely does go with the style of the buildings and the map and the road designs and things like that. So again, we're going to be using this road here. So I don't think I'll show you guys up close, but it should be in my mods list. My asset list, sorry. And the reason why I like this one is because it is a very thin road, but it still allows for cars to go both ways. It also allows for the pedestrians to walk on it, and it also has parking on either side. So it is a good road, and it definitely looks better having smaller roads for these whole areas, because obviously historically the streets weren't that big, so they were quite small as well. So I'm just adjusting the beach there again just to make it look a little bit nicer, and I think I end up leaving it like that. So I wanted this harbor area to be big enough for the people to go swimming, hypothetically, and then hypothetically for the boats to come in. But realistically, of course, they would have like a net or something to show where swimmers could stop and then boats come in and things like that. So this part here, I didn't want to do just a normal road. What I wanted to do is I firstly elevate the road and then I put a seawall underneath it, because I wanted it to look like the road and the seawall are kind of one thing. I didn't want the water to gush underneath the road, and I didn't want to put the road on the ground because then it has like that weird gap between the road and the water as well. So you guys will see in a second, the seawall continues on. It actually looks really good. But at this point here, I wasn't really sure if I should do a really high bridge, a low bridge. So I just put in any bridge that just at whatever height. I think it's pretty low to the water. So I'm not sure if I actually want to add in ferries through this part. There's definitely going to be ferries, but in terms of do I put them through this area and make that bridge higher, I'm not sure just yet. So at the moment, the bridge is going to be quite low, but I mean, that's easily fixed. We can easily make it higher, but yeah, we'll just have to see how it goes. But look at the coloring of this map. This map looks so good. The theme for this map is also in the asset list below. The only thing you'll have to do is adjust it with the eye candy mod to kind of just adjust the latitude, longitude to get it to the right color scheme that you want, which is, I can share that with you guys if you do need in the future. So in terms of road design, there isn't really much space because I wanted to just make the main focus of this area the beach. So this area between that little hill there and the beach, that's going to be the most compact area. Well, I suppose it's all pretty compact as well, but that's going to be the most compact area. Like the other areas, the main theme is going to be the Maltese buildings, but there's also going to be just a little mixture of the Zagreb buildings, which of course all of it's linked down below in the description in the asset list as well. So you'll all find it. But like I said in the last episode, the reason why I use the Zagreb buildings is because they provide a different color. So they have a bit of a roof. They have a roof on an angle. Instead of just doing these buildings here, which are kind of all gray, they look like a cracker basically. It's nice to have these Zagreb buildings which add a little bit of orange and browns and different angles on the roofs and things like that. Now, I just want to address something that I read in the comments yesterday or some I don't know which day it was, but someone said the way that I'm putting down the buildings is not realistic in regards to the real place. Now, this is why I don't say, like, for example, I'm building Lebanon, like, could you guys imagine if everyone would be like, that's not how you do Lebanon, like, that's not how you do it. So to that person, there is no exact style that I am trying to replicate. I've only taken inspiration from different places around the world. So how I do it in this map is something completely different to my inspiration areas, if you know what I mean. So how I do it here is completely up to me. How the buildings are all mushed together is completely up to me. If I make them really sprawling or really compact, that's completely up to me. But the look that I really want is for all of them to be really compact. I want them to be overlapping. I want them to look like they're all connected. And that's exactly what you're going to see throughout this map in the older areas. So I know some of you are like, oh, it's overlapping, but that's how I want it. That's what I like, and that's what I want to do, and that's what I want to keep doing as well. So just give it a chance, you guys, because it looks good once I put in like the plants and things like that, and it just works. So you can see these random other orangey buildings. Those are the Zagreb buildings, and I mean, they kind of do fit in with the whole theme anyway. I think it's just a nice little comparison in the area. Now, some of you might be wondering about these weird little pathway things that I want to do. So this is something that I'm going to be doing a lot throughout the map. And basically, it's just utilizing the space that isn't really perfect to build upon. So yeah, and then I just basically fill it in with some little bushes and things like that. You guys will see more of that throughout the map, but I think it looks really cool. And it's just a nice use of space. And of course we do need some open green space as well. We need lots of trees. So it's really important to make sure all of the trees and vegetation looks like it's kind of like mixing in with the buildings. That's what really makes it look realistic. So in case you guys missed it, there's a couple of office buildings. There's a school. We have the police station. I don't think I put in a fire station. But yeah, I think our fire's turned off at the moment, so that's not really a worry. I also have this little beach pack as well, so that's also in my list. And then to finish it off, I put in some people generators along the beach, just to make the beach look a little bit lively, a little bit, you know, just to have people there. It makes it a huge difference as well. In terms of the trees that I actually put in the areas, I always do a mixture of high tree, like high density, well not high, tall trees, and then medium trees, and then a lot of low trees as well. And then these ones here, of course, in the mods and asset list as well. So what I'm doing is I'm just copying it from where I built it in the other area and pasting it in our new little area, wherever it is. It takes me a while to find it. I'm still getting used to the map. So I just copy and paste that a couple times. Very, very simple. It doesn't actually get used like a real, you know, like a real harbor, wharf, dock, whatever you want to call it, but it just makes a huge difference having it there. Just make sure it's above the sea level. I've seen a lot of you guys do this, but then the boats are actually hovering above the water, so you have to make sure that they're not hovering, because then it looks a little bit silly. Because I see those things, you guys. You got to watch out for that. I just copy and paste that again and delete some of the boats just to make it look a little bit bigger. And basically, to wrap it up, I put these lights on top of the seawall. I actually end up moving them onto the side because it looks a little bit better on the side. But anyway, let's wrap it up, and there it is. So I ended up calling this area Al Burj, B-U-R, get it, Burj, after my name. The population ends up being just a little over 1,000 people. From memory, there was about 90 workers and about 110 kids in this area, so not too big, but it's a nice little calm area. The water looks really calm and inviting. You can see there's some people there. You got the nice mountains and you got the palm trees, and I think this is such a great little area. Probably one of the best areas I've built in a while. What do you guys think? Probably you're going to see a lot more of these throughout the area, but of course not at this scale. All of the next ones that we do are probably going to be a lot bigger. We're gonna have to do a lot of harbors and things like that. But anyway, that's in the future, so I'll catch you guys next time.